Ladies and gentlemen, you might be thinking mine will simply be one more speech about leadership out of the lot. But I bet you did not know that it was proven by the University of Yale that 87% of the people who are referred to as leaders live a happy and satisfactory life. Now I've got two questions for you. Firstly, could you imagine a world without leadership? The chaos that would arise, the inefficiencies, the problems society would face. Secondly, do you know what a leader is? Do you understand the concept of being a leader? Do you know the attributes that make a good leader? My purpose here today is to help you consider these questions and to encourage you to take more the role of a leader rather than a mere follower. As Harold R. McCallendon, a celebrated book author, once said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Firstly, ask yourselves, what is leadership? What is the meaning of being a leader? Are you a leader? People have varied perceptions of the term leader. I'd like to start by telling you what a leader is not. Firstly, a leader is not that person with the greatest physical attributes. Leaders are not necessarily physically strong people, or people who have to impose the role of leaders by force or oppression. A great example of this is Mahatma Gandhi, as many people here have mentioned before. Moreover, a good leader is not what people call the bigger fish in a small pond. In other words, a good leader is not that person who can only be distinguished amongst an undersized group of people, or a group of people with obviously underachieving qualities. For me, anyone can be a leader if they're willing to. However, being a good leader can only be achieved by experience, since the attributes of being a good leader are not learned from scratch, but are developed by experience. There are countless examples of leaderships in our current society, and although you may not probably notice it, it is these examples of leadership that make your life so happy and comfortable. Moving on, although there are numerous examples of leader roles, successful leaders are more uncommon and difficult to encounter. And this leads me to my next point. What makes a virtuous leader? Firstly, organization. In my opinion, this is a decisive factor between a great leader and a mediocre one. Organization not only makes the task easier for the leader to impose, but also helps the listeners or followers understand the message properly. Secondly, another virtue of a successful leader is having good communication skills, both when listening and transmitting, since it is vital for a leader to find it easy to express its ideas properly and clearly to the followers. And moreover, it is also key that a leader is a skillful listener, since in order to acknowledge opinions from other members of the group, making it less complicated to take crucial decisions. Being an inspiration is also an important aspect of a good leader. This is a difficult aspect to achieve, since it is not something you develop, but is more something a good leader is born with. It has been proven that a group of people with a common source of inspiration amongst them produce labor more efficiently. In addition, perseverance is another key factor that defines a great leader. Its will to keep going and keep chasing its goals, no matter how hard or testing the obstacles are. Teamwork. It is important not to forget that the leader is still part of a group, after all, and must have teamwork skills in order to work efficiently with a group, in order to achieve their goals or interests. Every top-quality leader must also be wise. This is a common characteristic in all successful leaders in world history. An excellent leader must have the ability to choose wisely in order to help their interests in the short-term period or in a long-term period, rather than making decisions which will benefit the leader itself. Equally as important is being creative, as having creativity and being original are factors that will always be welcomed in a leader's list of attributes. This could help when aiming to be different from another group, or when trying to make an impact on an audience. Lastly, being quick-minded is also a valuable factor. Being able to choose quickly and wisely in abrupt situations is an attribute that defines great leaders, since they're often found in these types of circumstances and find themselves in the need to take crucial decisions quickly. Lastly, I will discuss ways in which all of you young boys and girls could soon become great and successful leaders. Firstly, ask yourselves, am I an organized person? Am I perseverant when chasing my goals? How do I get along when working on a team? Secondly, Find an objective which you might share with your friends or fellow classmates. Look around you. There are countless of examples countless of goals which you might choose to work towards. People usually choose to work towards something common these days, like the very popular ecological initiatives, which may include reducing pollution or encouraging recycling. You can also choose to work in mind of less common goals, such as teaching less fortunate people in your societies to learn English, or striving to reduce crime in your areas. Although I believe that how prominent a leader is cannot be measured by how negative or positive their ideas are, I do encourage you to be the leaders of a good cause, a cause that which will make your lives happier, that will make a better world for all of us, rather than help destroy our societies even more. Please remember, all you need is a clear initiative, friends to help you with, and some of the attributes I just provided you with, and very soon, all of you, ladies and gentlemen, can become great and successful leaders. And please consider former US President Theodore Roosevelt's wise words. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, or become more, you are a leader. Thank you very much.